welcome back. Jez here from Nigezza.blogspot.com. Since the last time I filmed, I have been on holiday, although I did post videos the entire time I was away, so you wouldn't have noticed. So I am going to continue. I think I've got a couple of more days left to the end of our embossing challenge over at Simply Stylish Stampers. I got back from holiday and the first thing I did was start crafting. So I've made this Christmas card using the oh god, there it is. Got it all ready and then I forgot where I put it. The Carols of Christmas stamp set, and I've used some of the glitter embossing powder. I don't know if you can see that, which is on the clearance rack along with the ribbons, all in Emerald Envy, which I think is a lovely Christmas colour. And I use the embossing folder, brick wall, which I thought, bit like your hallway. Deck your halls. Some people might have brick effect in their hallway. When we were on holiday, nearly everywhere we stayed had brick effect on the walls, and I really quite liked it, and it was kind of my inspiration. Anyway, I'm going to change it up for this one, and I'm going to use silver and white, and I'm going to use the Peace on Earth one. So I've started with a extra thick Whisper White card blank, some silver paper, and I've decided to emboss using the Winter Wonder snowflake because I loves it. So I've just embossed it a little bit on a jaunty angle, because you can't fit it all on because of the way I've cut the layers. All the dimensions will be over on my blog, nigezza.blogspot.com. So that's a simple layer. It's very similar to my wedding card in terms of the layers. And then I'm going to take a scrap of Whisper White and I'm going to stamp in Versamark. I did manage to buy myself some new Versamarks. My other stamp pad had actually dried out a bit, so I was having not quite the success that I wanted. So I'm going to stamp this on there. It's nice and juicy, this one, beautiful. And then I'm going to get my silver powder. And try not to get it everywhere. The next thing on my list is an embossing buddy, and then that stops all the little stray bits. Anyway, knock them down with my fingers. Get rid of that. There we go. And I was doing this in practice and I didn't use a heat protective mat, and I've managed to melt a bit of the stamp pad I had below it. Never mind. So get this nice and hot. And let's wait for the magic. Lovely. Never tire of seeing that. Really, really gorgeous, that. He loves it. Right, so I'm just going to trim that down. I didn't trim it down first because the likelihood was I wouldn't have stamped it straight, and I'm going to do it that way first, and then it would have been a waste. Right, so cut that off there. closer to that side. The way I did it last time, I had about 2 1/4. No, need to go over a bit more. 2 1/2 we'll do this time. That looks about right. So that is 2 1/2. Well, blow me, by about 2 1/2. So 2 1/2 squared. So I need 3 by 3. Have I got? No. Right. So this is where I'm going to be frugal, and I'm going to cut it out the middle of this rather than waste it. So I'm going to go in. So we have a nice border. And go down, but I need to make sure that that is 3 inches. I reckon it is. So then I'm going to match that up there, go down to there. Just a way of saving your card, because nobody's going to see it anyway. Snips, and then we can this is what we call gutting. So that is still fine for layering on there, because I haven't cut so far into it that you can't see it. And then that will be able to get cut to 3 by 3 to go behind that nicely. So go slightly the other side of 3 there, because that's where I've cut it slightly. Oh, get that out of the way. 3 by 3. Oh, that's a scoring tool, Jez. That'll never cut. Looks like it's already 3 by 3. That's a bit big. That because it needs to be 2 3/4. I probably had it already. No, I didn't. That's okay. So 2 3/4. If I had brains, it'd be dangerous sometimes. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. These measurements will depend on how far you cut down your thing. There we go. Lovely. That'll do nicely. Right, so now it's just a matter of putting it all together, and I'm going to use that lovely gilt ribbon again like I used before. So I'm going to stick this on my embossed bit, and I'm going to use the tearing tape to stick it on so that it goes nice and flat. It doesn't actually matter which way round you do it, because these gilt edges are the same. So stick that on my ribbon. Oh. Stick it to my grid paper. Give it a good crease. Pull it off. Then, using my grid paper as a guide, what did I do then? Did you see that? What, using my grid mat to help me get it straight, going along about there and sticking down. Turn it over, stick on this side. There. I usually have a sort of a silicone mat. I didn't use it today. There. We're not going to see that. See, all gets covered up. Beautiful. Right, sticking this to the back. Going to use tear and tape again because it's there. And I do find mirror cards sometimes a bit hard to stick to. Right, there we go. Just peel it off. So you do things in practice and they go really, really well. And as soon as you press play on that blooming camera, all goes to poop. Never mind. We all do it. But we can all get round it. There we go. So, stick that down. Only one go. This is why I am a Tombow lover, because you can dimensionals, you can have a few goes with Tombow, can't you? Right, so I'm gonna pop this up. I think it gives it a little bit of extra wow when you pop things up. The Mexicans are flying everywhere. Right, and then I'm just gonna stick that over to the one side. Like so. I'm going to pop a bit of tear and tape round the edges of this to stick it to the silver mat. Got a bit of ribbon on there. And then on my Deck the Halls one, I did pop it up again with dimensionals. The only thing about that is you've then got 2 levels of dimensionals and you might pay extra in the post. 1 dimensional will still go through standard post. Stick another one and it might not. So that is something to consider if you're handing your cards out. Don't matter. But if you're posting them, postage is so expensive that I do think about that. I do sometimes make flat cards nowadays, even though I do like the look of them popped up. See, our tear and tape does peel off really well. Alright, and then we'll just stick that to the edge. One go only. I am being brave. There we go. Oh, stuck it a bit there. Right, and then I'm going to stick that on there, and I am going to use Tombow for this because I've stuck those 2 bits together. That'll be alright. Bit across there. Give me a bit of wiggle room and I'm happy. And there we are. Managed to get a bit of glue on there, nothing that can't be rectified. And there we have it. A nice, elegant Christmas card. I like it. I hope you like it. It is an alternative to the green one that I made. Same principle, two different looks. Okay, hope you like it. All measurements and everything will be over my blog, and you can also link to my shop there if you want to purchase any of the things that you've seen. Thank you for watching. Bye.